Hey, what's going on? This is one of my frustration videos. And you know, if you've seen my channel for very long, every once in a while I have a frustration video, and usually the format's different than the other videos because I don't care about all the intro, outro stuff. So listen, here's my frustration. My frustration is the continual lie that many people believe about marriage that is causing them problems in their relationships, which is this lie that marriage somehow is our everything, that marriage somehow completes us, that when we get married, the parts of ourselves that were incomplete are now made complete because we have found, quote, our soulmate. And listen, if you believe that lie, it's not your fault. You're not alone. Everywhere you look, the messages that are shown and given to us are this idea that it completes us, right? You see it in the movies, you complete me, right? We see it on social media. We see people talking about how their spouses, their rock, their world. I don't know how I would do life without you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Even in the lingo that we have for our spouse, we call them our, quote, better half, right? So all of this stuff seems to speak that we're incomplete alone, and that once we get married, that somehow this relationship completes us. But the problem for a lot of people is not only is that not true, but when they get married, they find out that not only does it not complete you, but it creates a whole set of frustrations that you did not know or realize before you got into the relationship, which then causes you to have your conclusion being, I married the wrong person. That's the problem. But that's not the problem, because second marriages have higher divorce rates than first, and third higher than second. So it's not that getting remarried and picking again or picking better is your solution. It's that your mindset is still faulty when you're going into relationships. So when you believe this lie, it causes you to get into a relationship believing that love will be enough to create a marriage that's fulfilling for the both of you. And somehow when you get married, this love that you have for each other will transform you into two people who are completely satisfied, fulfilled, and completed in the marriage. But the reality is, there's no guarantee that the person you're marrying has that same goal in mind. And even if they have the same goal, do they even have the capacity to walk out this lie that we believe when we walk into relationships? So why is this lie so important, and why does it have me so frustrated? Here's why. What you believe about marriage will impact your perspective and your approach to the relationship. So if you do believe that the love that you have for each other will be enough to complete you and will be enough to fulfill you both and figure out how to love each other, then guess what? You're walking into marriage with a mindset of what you can get to now be fulfilled and complete. And you will begin to fight about the wrong things because you're fighting to try to get the things that you believe are necessary for you to feel complete. Your whole perspective is marriage is here for what I can get from the other person that now fulfills me, makes me complete. And if you believe that lie, you'll approach marriage based on what you can get. A healthy approach to marriage is flipped around, and it is what you are here to give, not what you are here to get. And if you approach marriage with a mindset of I'm here to give something, not because the other person's incomplete, but because the goal of my marriage is not to come in and get completed, but just to give, to serve. Because if you're here for what you can get, I promise you, you will spend all your energy doing whatever is necessary to get whatever you believe you need or deserve. You'll control, you'll manipulate, you'll punish, you'll complain, you'll criticize, you'll withdraw. You'll do whatever tactic is necessary to get what you think you need and deserve in the relationship, because your mindset was this relationship was here to complete the missing parts of my life or the things that I didn't have in my life, when the mindset needs to be I'm here to give. And because I'm here to give, I'm looking for opportunities to understand my spouse's needs, to understand how I can meet those needs, to serve, to encourage, to appreciate, to uplift in the relationship. Otherwise, you're coming in with a getting mentality, not a giving mentality. That's the reason I'm so frustrated by this lie, because here's the reality. You will most likely marry somebody who has different attachment needs than you have, has different emotional needs and desires than you have, has different intimacy capacity than you have, and your goal in the marriage is to learn and understand these things so that you can give to the other person. But you can't give unless you're giving out of a fullness in yourself. If you're only giving when you're able to get to fill you up, you see where the problem comes. If either one of you is empty, you're not going to be able to give, which is then going to cause the other to be empty and not be able to give. We've got to be inherently complete, full, fulfilled in ourselves in order to approach marriage in a healthy way. So the reason this lie frustrates me so much is because it's continuing to set couples up for failure. Many couples are going into marriage believing that the good aspects of the other person that they have found in dating will continue and maybe even get better, and the bad or negative aspects they can work on and improve, when the reality is that's actually flipped based on research, science, and experience, which is the good doesn't always last and the bad often becomes worse, which is a setup for failure. If you believe that I'm here to be completed, I'm here to be fulfilled by this relationship that has always been missing in my life. So those of you with daddy issues, those of you with abandonment issues, rejection issues, those of you that haven't had people who you've been able to count on in your life, marriage and relationship is not going to be the answer. Because as good as it can make you feel when those empty spots are fulfilled, it can make you feel equally or maybe even magnified negatively when those things are not given to you. The only approach to marriage that's healthy is I'm here for what I can give, not what I can get. And you can't do that if you truly believe that marriage is your be-all, end-all. It completes you. It should be your everything. It's us two against the world. As long as we got each other, we don't need anybody else. Everything that's been fed to you through movies, through social media, through friends, through the lingo that we use is a setup for failure in long-term relationship. Marriage is about what you can give, not what you can get. I'd love to hear your thoughts on my rant and frustration in the comment section below. If you want a free guide to intimacy, you'll see a link in the area below to strengthen your relationship. And until next time, I'll see you right back here on Relationshots.